Hold on. All right, here we go. We're finally live. The K&K Sports Show, Wednesday nights, Blackjack TV on 95 Sports Network. But no, this is not K&K. This is not Kurt and Kenny, who are on vacation this week. You have Blackjack and Boom.
What up?
What's up there, Jersey Frank?
Not much, lot doing in the sports world. Kind of crazy right now. All the major sports, NFL, MLB, even a little NBA stuff going on.
By the way, you're a Laker fan, and there's no way your team is going to be that good next year. People are, and you know this too. People are too damn high on LeBron James. He's 37-something years old now. I'm not saying he's not a great player, but start realizing the old man.
I lost you. Now I really lost you. What are you doing? You're on mute. You're on mute. Unmute you. No, you're muted.
Now I'm okay.
Okay.
Are you kidding me? All right. Move around too much. So old man time never loses, or he's undefeated or something. That's some kind of adage like that way. People got to realize LeBron James. All right, I'm not. We're not his biggest fan, you and I, right?
No.
But you know what? But after a certain time, we got to realize he's not going to be the player he was 15 years ago. And you can't keep saying, "Oh, because LeBron James is there, they're going to be great all of a sudden." Get out of here! Get out of here with that nonsense. I'm not saying he's not going to have a good year. I mean, they signed anybody from they signed almost every free agent who's over 35 on the team. You know, what's next? They're going to sign Aaron Judge for his 6'7" size. They're going to sign who else? Who's next? They're going to sign
let's sign
Chiellini.
Whit Merrifield for his speed.
They're going to sign Chiellini for his defense. By the way, we're champions. Remember that?
Oh yes, we are champions.
We haven't been online for a while, so yes, yeah. Italy is champions. Our champions.
Italy won the Euro Cup because they're the best team in Europe, if not the world.
You know what?
Didn't we beat number one? I believe we beat.
We beat 1-5 and like 1-4 and 7. We beat.
Who was number one again?
Belgium.
It doesn't matter who number one is. We are.
You know what's real quick before we go into other topics. I saw the latest FIFA rankings. We went from 7 to 5. Really? We beat 3 teams ahead of us.
All right.
Like I said, this is Bobby Blackjack, Jersey Frank, subbing for Kurt and Kenny, who are on vacation this week. Hope the guys have a great vacation. Of course, Kurt is with his wife, the great Jenny Hoops, who brings a lot of ratings to the show. So we'll see what happens there. And there's Kenny chiming in. No problem, Ken. Enjoy your day off. I think Kenny's working. Kurt's down the shore. So
nice.
Anyway, we're gonna fill in tonight. Have some fun. It's been a while.
Definitely.
So what have you been up to there, Jersey Frank?
Well, I do have a little sad news.
What happened?
I attended a good friend of mine and a teammate of mine in softball. I attended his funeral today. Unfortunately, he passed away.
Oh, did he?
49 years old. Last Thursday, he had a heart attack, and by Friday, he was gone. So, to say the least, I've been bummed for a while, tears here and there, just empty feeling, Him and I were, we were putting together a fall team because one of the other guys didn't want to do it. So I talked to him on Tuesday, and by Friday, he's not around anymore. So a little bummed out, not to bring the show down. But other than that, everything's been pretty good.
Yeah, well, rest in peace to your friend. Of course, the K&K Sports Show will always be dedicated to my old friend, Mr. Briggs, who's right now is looking down upon us. And thankfully for Kurt, there's Kurt saying thanks for filling in. thankfully for the fans of the K&K Sports Show, we're talking very minimally about the Denver Broncos today. So we'll save that for Kenny and Kurt next week.
Why are they big Denver Bronco fans?
Yeah, well, so is Mikey Briggs.
Oh, that's right. Briggs was. Oh, I just my friend. His name was Giovanni Diaz. He was my catcher. I was the pitcher. So I just wanted to put his name out there.
Well, rest in peace to your friend. Of course, rest in peace to Mr. Briggs. By the way, I know Kurt's listening real quick. So, Kurt, if you can chime in for a second, what are your thoughts on your boy, Teddy Bridgewater, taking over the reins of Denver? Come on. There's not a more bland, boring quarterback in the NFL. It's Teddy Bridgewater.
Are we looking for excitement or are we looking for wins?
Yeah, is he gonna win though? Is he gonna win? He's 24 and 22 or something like that for a career record. He's bland to begin with. You know what? If you're gonna go in for one more year and see what you got there, go with Drew Lock. He's younger. He has the better arm. Yep.
Have you looked at his completion percentage?
He's a game manager. You're not going to win. You're not going to win it in the AFC West where you got Mahomes, you got Herbert, and David
Carr.
David Carr's not bad.
Derek Carr. Derek
Carr's not bad. You're not going to win in that division with Teddy Bridgewater as your quarterback.
I wouldn't say that. I don't know. I don't always think it's about talent. Sometimes I think a lot of times it's about chemistry.
Well, I know Kenny's a Giant fan, so we'll talk some Giants football today. We'll talk some, of course.
Oh, I got some Giants football for you.
We'll talk some Pittsburgh. We're Pittsburgh fans, so
I got more Giants football than I got Pittsburgh football.
Mr. Beelan, how you doing? W's all day with Bridgewater. I'm sure. All right. I'm not saying. I just think it's a boring move. I mean, if you're going to go for it, try Lock first. Give Lock a shot, and if his confidence is shot, then go with Bridgewater.
Let me ask you a question. Don't you think they already had a competition to see who was the better quarterback?
Well, Kurt's behind it, but he doesn't like it. He's behind it. I think you're better. You're better served with, because right now you have a Drew Lock who probably has his confidence shot now by this.
Why?
Because he failed he failed.
How many teams has Teddy Bridgewater been on? His confidence isn't shot.
Well, I'm saying as far as the young Drew Lock now.
I'll agree with John right there. Thank you, John. He did have a chance, and he failed. So, I mean, is it the quarterback? Is it the coach? Is it the system? Is it the receivers? Is it the running back? The offensive line? I mean,
now, all right. A lot of us, including you and I, are going to go into the next 2 weeks. It's the 25th. I believe we have 2.5 weeks till the first football game, right? Because it's a long year this year, right? So a lot of us are going to go into our next 2 weeks with fantasy drafts. Okay. Do you trust having Jerry Jeudy or Cortland Sutton as a receiver with him as your quarterback?
Not sure about Sutton. I don't know if I'd take Jeudy, man. I got definitely a good story about Jeudy. He's not I heard he's a horrible route runner. He doesn't pay attention in practice. Hopefully that's changed this year. I know for a fact that another sports radio show had him on an interview, and he was being asked simple questions by a former football player. He couldn't even answer. He couldn't pay attention. I don't know. Something was going on in the background. They literally hung up on him.
Oh, boy. So,
Jerry Jeudy, I don't know. I don't know if I take it. I'd probably take Cortland Sutton before I take Jerry Jeudy.
Okay. So
well,
I'm just doing our due diligence as far as syndication, getting our brand out there.
Okay.
All right, we got some listeners today. So hey, if you're there and you want to join our broadcast, if you're on Facebook, you want your thoughts on there. No, not you, Melissa. You don't count. Just go on Facebook and put there, and we'll get you on the screen. Kenny, defense wins championships. Yeah. All right. Yeah. See, I agree with that. We'll see. I mean, that's gonna be, it's gonna be like the Wild Wild West. You're gonna have the great defense versus the gunslinging offenses.
All I gotta say is Trent Dilfer and Brad, whatever his name was, from the Buccaneers, Brad Johnson. That's all I gotta say. They weren't great quarterbacks.
Oh, by the way, I saw this before. Kenny will be on tomorrow night doing wits and wagers with. Okay, you got it, Ken. All right, so want to stay in the football? Oh, real quick. I have to get this off my chest. Just watching. You ever watch America's Got Talent?
Sometimes.
Do you see who's see one of the semifinalists or a quarterfinalist is?
No.
I can say this name, and you'll know right away who this is. One of the quarterfinalists of America's Got Talent is Michael Winslow. You know who Michael Winslow is, right?
That's from Police Academy that does all the impersonations.
Yes. How the hell is he on America's? He's already got a name already. Come on, man.
The fix is in.
Hey, Paul, your sister's down the shore with your brother-in-law right now. So we're just filling in, having some fun tonight. Any comments? I know Paul's a big Yankees fan. So we'll get some Yankees talking.
Oh, I got some Yankees talk.
Because the Yankees, man, from last time you and Jason were on a show together, Yankees have really turned it around. Mm-hmm. For those of you out there, and I know on this show especially, I've heard it, I've listened to you guys talk about it. You guys, meaning your fans, blasted Brian Cashman. Brian Cashman's got to be fired. Brian Cashman this, Brian Cashman that. Brian Cashman pulled some moves out of his ass that no one saw coming. I look at the team now.
You know what? Let's start with that.
Okay.
Let's start with the Yanks. The Yanks surge. So here I pose my question to you. Did Rizzo and Gallo make the team better? And if so, how do you think they make the team better?
They made the team better with better position. Now, I'm a huge Luke Voigt fan, but Rizzo's a better defender on first base. He can almost scoop anything up. So, but then again, I also love this. They call it the gigantic lineup when you have those two guys, Judge, Stanton, Voigt. You put 4 or 5 of those guys together in a lineup in the middle. Don't tell you, no one's going to beat us. I mean, those guys I think have a different approach. They're both former, at least with Rizzo, he's a former champion, and stuff like that. So I think he's going to bring a little more to the. So my answer to your question would be, they brought and loosened up the locker room immensely. They were too corporate before that.
See, well,
yeah, we need lefties.
I'm going to kind of disagree. And yeah, I get it. Maybe Gallo hasn't done as much as Rizzo has, but he's not a defensive liability. He's had some pretty nice catches. And let me tell you something. I believe that they help the team not solely with their bats, not solely with their talent and their left-handed hitting. They helped it by upping their competition. Look what Luke Voigt's done since Rizzo's been there, kind of taking his place. He went on a tear.
You got pissed off.
Exactly. That's what they needed. They needed a fire under their ass.
I mean,
you know what? I think a good little stiff competition is good now and then. And look what it did for the Yanks.
And they're fun as F to watch now. Even with the with Chapman, and his sweating on the thing. Oh, real quick. You're right. I'm sorry. I thought his sis. Hey Kenny, if Sis is around, he wants to come on. Let me. I forgot. I'll send him an invite to the show. Sis is one of the regulars, and if he's out there and wants to join us, feel free. And Kenny agrees with you.
Thank you, Kenny. Appreciate that.
They're both not batting too good.
No, I get it. But I didn't think it was. I wasn't saying it was the talent or what they're hitting. I think they just upped the competition. They saw that the Yankees meant business. They put a team together and they weren't winning. Pitching, hitting, fielding, defense, running the bases. Now they got some of these younger kids on, like Velasquez. They listen. You can play. Gallo's 43 Ks and 25. All right.
By the way,
you know what? Don't be scared of it. But when you're not scared is when he's going to crack one on you.
By the way, a little perspective. Mr. Beelan is a Braves fan, so he's a little hurt right now because mini sweep.
I mean,
sorry, John.
For a team who lost their $100 million star, they're doing pretty good. Losing Acuna, I thought that would like sink them. But Freddie Freeman and the boys are just hanging in there and playing some good ball.
No, again, it's going to be an interesting playoff series. I believe Yankees are 4 games up with about a little over a month to go, and let's see what happens.
35, 34, 36 games, something like that, I heard.
And they had a kind of a breakdown of the Rays and the Yankees, and they play each other 3 games into the season. Okay. It's pretty even as far as who goes on the road, who's going to play who, the sub 500 records. I mean, I don't know. I got to see the exact breakdown, but really, know what it comes down to. Now, the Red Sox are squarely in the mix yet, and they could play spoiler, and of course, they want to get that one of the last wild card positions. But I would have to see between the Yankees and the Rays, and maybe even the Red Sox, because they're not that far behind. How many does each team have to play the Orioles? Orioles are bad.
Hold on.
They are.
That's my next point. Funny enough, that's my next point. That's my next topic. But like I said, for the Yanks, I think as long as the Mets still want to be a dumpster fire.
I'm with you. I
feel bad for the Mets. I really do. I don't hate the Mets, but all of a sudden I thought they were kind of getting it together. They got Carrasco, they got Lindor. I know Carrasco was coming off major surgery and all that fun stuff. But I don't know. So far, they still got that New York Mets, like hex, jinx, whatever you want to call it, other than the one year they appeared in the World Series against the Royals.
By the way, if you want to follow the K&K Show on social media, there's their buttons. Just so you know, we'll talk a little behind that a little bit. So it was funny. You just mentioned the Mets, and John mentioned the Mets. I'm just thinking to myself, because of the heat outside, I can't sit outside and do my show, which I love doing in the late summer and fall. It's too damn hot outside. But if I had my Rodecaster Pro on that, there's a laugh track. And I was going to say the Mets and press the laugh track, because the Mets are just a freaking train wreck right now.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, it's Cohen's first year as the owner. He did good. He did do some good moves. Yeah, Loizaga. Yeah, it's very possible. Because Britton's out for the season, and I don't know, Chapman. Maybe change Chapman. Maybe make him a setup guy. Maybe make him an eighth inning guy. Maybe that'll boost confidence.
Between Loizaga, Chad Green, I'm sure they'll find somebody else. They'll find somebody to do that. But
weren't they saying the other guy? Was it Licky or something like that? Chapman.
Even that'd be scared. 37-3.
Oh, bro, I got him in my fantasy team, and I'm watching it last night. I'm like, oh my God, is he gonna blow it? Oh my God, am I really watching that? He's walking in runs. What the hell's going on?
Yeah, exactly. In fact, I was just listening to my favorite radio show is Carton and what's his name? And Roberts, and same thing. They said the same thing. This year is gonna be the most wildest and interesting Mets offseason they've had
again
ever, because Cohen's just going to buy everybody.
Cohen made a splash. He made a good splash. He got some decent talent. I mean, some above average talent. He might overpay for Baez, but we'll see. But the problem is injuries, and guys not always play the Red Sox 6 more times, Yanks 6 more times, and Tampa 3 more times.
I tell you, a 4-game lead. It's a 3-game difference right there.
Advantage Sox and Yanks.
Exactly. But you know what? It's funny though, because what has been the Achilles heel of the Yankees on their championship seasons? They tend to like play down to the level of competition. Sometimes.
I know the Orioles have tried to stick it to them quite a few times.
I mean, don't forget. I mean,
I remember a couple of playoff series, in the Jeter era, where they were, the Jeffrey Mayer whole thing. Even later on, when I think it was the year after they won the World Series, it was 2010 probably, or 2011, where they were playing Baltimore in some kind of playoff game, and they couldn't do anything.
And don't forget, as you know, and I know, we're kind of both Marlins fans. Marlins swept them a month ago, so they tend to play down to their competition. Hopefully, again, new chemistry, new attitude. I love this Velasquez kid. kid. And it was funny because they mentioned on the Carton show before, apparently Michael Kay teared up when he hit the home run last week. And I'll be honest, I did too, because his family was sitting there. What better to be a Bronx kid playing in the Bronx, playing in the Yankee Stadium, doing well for the team, and having your family sitting there and you hit a damn home run. Yeah, I got a little misty eye too, but then again, I cry at everything.
That's like you being the quarterback for the Giants and winning the Super Bowl.
Exactly. By the way, like I said, if Sis is out there and he wants to join, just have him text me and I'll give him the invite. I'm not sure if Sis is taking the week off or not, but let me know and Sis can certainly join.
So let's talk about the Orioles. I want to see Yankees beat Oakland. They seem to have our number a lot. Yeah. Just one of those teams.
The Orioles had a couple big injuries lately, I believe. I mean Oakland.
But let's talk about the Orioles and let's talk about the swoon or whatever you want to call it. The what else would that be?
Thanks, guys.
The inability to win. So I'm looking at my stats real quick.
By the way, while you're looking at your stats, the reason why Sis is not coming on because he knows I'm going to bust his chops by wearing his Alabama hat all the time.
Why?
Oh, he's a big Alabama football fan.
Why are we gonna bust his chops?
I would, because I always every time I pop in the show on Wednesdays, they'd say, "Oh, they go Sis again wearing that Alabama hat."
Is he an Alabama fan or is he?
Yeah. He's a big Alabama fan.
Okay.
And you know how I feel about Nick Satan, so you know.
Nick. I can't say it on the radio.
It's not radio. It was a late night sports show. You can say that how you want.
Nick A-hole.
Oh my god.
I can't stand him either.
Ugh.
He's a piece of poop. Anyway, great coach, knows his football, but other than as a human, piece of poop. Should I explain why?
Nah, well, you're a Dolphins fan, so you have your reasons too.
It's not even that. It's that the way he treated people when he was with the Dolphins organization. I think it was after week 2 or week 3, he told everybody that wasn't a coach couldn't speak to him. What? Who the hell are you?
I told you that story, right? There's a story that went around that he walked in one day fresh from a haircut, and some secretary or assistant or something said, "Hey, Mr. Saban, I like your haircut." Half hour, 45 minutes later, hour later, memo comes out in an email. If like I said, if not spoken to, please not speak to Coach Saban directly.
Stick it up your butt.
What an asshole.
Stick it up your butt.
I'm sorry.
Really that special. I don't care how many national championships you win and how many NFL products you win. You're an a-hole. Anyway.
Again, and the express said by Frank and I are not necessarily those of the K&K Sports Show. We're just filling in tonight. So I know back next week he's going to be busting my chops for saying that. But Sis, by the way, Sis is not only is he's a great guy, he played football at Seton Hall.
Football.
We had a football program at Seton Hall.
When?
60s, 70s.
Wow, I didn't know that.
And I look like once a month. I look on, you know how we're big Jersey guys, right? I look like once every month and a half or so if I can find somebody who's selling a Seton Hall football jersey. They should sell that in the bookstore just for like a charity or something.
If I could find one.
It's hard to. I mean, he said he might have one somewhere, but a Seton Hall football jersey would be freaking off the chain right now.
Really?
If I could find one. Well, there's your homework, finding a Seton Hall football jersey if somebody has one.
Let me see. Let's see what I can find here. Let's see.
Oh, and also, yeah, right, Ken. He also had a tryout with the Giants too as a linebacker.
Really?
Yeah. Good point there, Ken. So anyway, so the Yankees, like I said, the Yankees are a fun team to watch now. I believe they're off tonight as they travel to to Oakland. Mm-hmm. I'll be watching as much as I can right now. Hey, this is the one time the next 2-3 weeks where it's baseball's game. We'll get to football in a few moments. Football hasn't started yet. One thing about football too, this whole preseason is nuts because usually, for all these years that we've grown up watching football.
Hold on. Don't. No, that's another topic. Hold on.
All right.
Let's finish. I know what you're going to say.
What?
Like I said, I got a lot of Giants.
All right.
Oh, and
hold that thought.
Literally just heard it like 20, 30 minutes ago. So I really would like to know what's going on with the Orioles. I mean, other than, so let's see. So in the 80s, the 70s, for the most part, they're a pretty good team. Cal Ripken, Brooks Robinson, all those guys. What is this? No, I don't need this. So, after Ripken left, they made the playoffs a couple times here and there. But let's talk about 2015 and on. I don't have the stats for this year, but 2015, they were third in the AL East they were 500 at 81 and 81. 2016, 89 and 73.
They were? They were good?
2017, 75 and 87.
Oof.
Here we go. 2018, 47 and 115. 2019, 54 and 108.
What are they doing there? That's not even like. See, this is what I've said this before. You and I have discussed this. Here's the one thing missing in American sports that you have in Europe. If your team is that friggin' bad, right? There should be. What do they have there in soccer? They have you can send down. Right. You know, the soccer's. So if your team is that friggin' bad for the past 3 or 4 years, there's got to be some AAA team that's been doing really good. They should get the call up, and the Orioles should be a AAA team.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work.
Well, like European soccer.
But I think the structure is a little different here. I understand what you're saying.
Think about it. Buffon, the hero Buffon, is playing on a Series B team this year,
right?
And he's hoping before he retires to get a team elevated to Serie A.
I guess that's the equivalent. That's the equivalent of that's the equivalent. Oh geez, I lost my train of thought.
There we go.
That's the equivalent. That's the equivalent of a farm team. That's why they have the Serie A. Do they have a Series C? Is there one lower?
They have a whole bunch of them. You're probably right.
I don't know about that.
But that Buffalo team is pretty good, right? By the way, do you realize the Toronto Blue Jays AAA team from Buffalo is playing here in Jersey?
No.
Yeah, they're playing in Trenton because Trenton lost the Yankees franchise, right?
Yeah.
That went to Scranton's AAA, AA teams in Hudson Valley by Poughkeepsie, by Newburgh. And then Somerset, where we DJ'd the 1 year, is the single A team.
Yeah.
So Trenton had.
Trenton is Boston now.
No, but no. I think this year they're kind of in between teams, and that Buffalo team, because don't forget the Blue Jays, if I'm not mistaken, are playing in Buffalo.
No, I think they went back.
Are they back to Toronto?
I think so.
Yeah. So that Buffalo is this whole. By the way, you're the fountain of misinformation. Yeah. What city is behind me? I have no idea what city this is. My background.
I don't know.
Right? I know it doesn't look familiar.
I don't know where'd you get it.
I don't know. It's sitting on my thing over there.
Oh, don't know. So I'm really curious to see what's his name? Who's the owner? Is it Colangelo? Is that still a guy? Barry Colangelo?
No, Peter. No, Colangelo's that's basketball.
I thought Colangelo had something to do with the Orioles.
Angelos.
Oh, Angelos.
Another winner.
What are they doing over there, man? I mean, they got some decent talent. Guys like Trey Mancini.
There we go. Thanks, Ed.
Yeah, I knew they went back. Trey Mancini. Right now, no one else really comes to mind. I mean,
think about it. Two of the worst owners in sports are within 20 miles of each other. Angelos in Baltimore, and the idiot in the Washington football team.
Snyder.
Yeah,
he's another.
Is it the water down there or something?
He's a peanut head. That's crazy. I just can't understand how a once proud franchise is just misery. I mean, even in the wow, from 98 till 2011, they finished no higher than third with no more than 78 wins.
Wow.
Amazing.
That is a bad team.
That's horrible.
Bad team.
I have their all-time stats. Oh, actually, little interesting news right here. I did not know this. In 1901, they were the Brewers. In 1902 to 1953, they were the Browns.
Whoop.
And then they became the Orioles.
Wrong button. Wow.
So yeah, their overall record for all time is 8,768 to 9,728. That's 474 baseball. That is horrible.
Have they won the World Series? They won, right? They've won in the past. They won.
What?
Have they won the World Series? Orioles. I don't recall offhand.
Yeah, it was in 84 they won, if I'm not mistaken. 84.
84 was the year of...
yeah, they won the World Series. I'm sorry, 83.
83, okay.
83. Yeah, they beat one ALCS against their White Sox 3-1. Won the World Series against the Phils. That's when they played Mike Schmidt. MVP was Cal Ripken. What a surprise. What's WS MVP?
World Series.
Oh, World Series MVP. Oh, okay. Rick Dempsey, their pitcher.
Oh, boy.
So, I mean, that was the last time they won, which is fine. I know it's not easy to win a World Series, but geez, at least be somewhat competitive.
And I believe, if not mistaken, aren't they giving Chris Davis one of those Bobby Bonilla contracts where he gets like $1 million for the next 30 years?
What's he going to get paid to? 30, 35?
I think so. If you get a chance, check it out. I think they're paying him one of those Bonilla long payouts.
What a bunch of bobos. Do you know all they had to do was pay Bobby Bonilla $6 million? That's all they had to pay him. And they chose to pay him $1 million over 30 years. I don't know who's the idiot there.
I want to see a reality show about Bobby Bonilla. I want to see it. Does he come close to being broke in June? May, June? Is he living
nope.
Is he saving his money? Is he investing?
I'm sure for him making that great deal, or the agent that helped him make that great deal, that he probably got a financial advisor, invested. Maybe he's running a business. I mean, let's see what Bobby Bonilla is up to. Let me see if I can find anything real quick.
That'd be pretty damn funny. If he's hanging, eating ramen for the month of June until July 1st, money comes in. That's it. That's a good reality show. I'd watch that.
Let's see, Bobby Bonilla.
Bobby Bonilla before and after the payday or something.
Bobby Bonilla from the Bronx. Didn't know he was the Bronx boy.
You learn something. See, all that information you have, you learn a little bit more.
I want this thing. Come on, click. Trying to find out what Bobby Bonilla is doing.
A bunch of nothing, except getting a once-a-year check.
I guess. Hold on. So, let's see.
All right, folks, this is why I produce shows. I sit behind the scenes.
Okay, never mind. I don't know. I can't find out what he's doing. Anyway.
All right. Well, let's wrap up baseball.
Yeah.
Yankees, yay. Mets.
We'll see. To be determined. Orioles, forget about it.
And real quick, I can't really complain because I can't really say much because our Marlins are putting nothing on the field. I know they're building up a franchise, they're building a team from within, but they got great pitching and there's nobody damn hitting the ball. But I think Mattingly was extended one more year at least, so he will be back next year. And put on your list Mattingly Marlins jersey. That's on my list too, so I got to find that. Maybe I'll get that Cuban sugar daddy jersey and Mattingly 8. I think his number is 8, right?
I think so.
I forget. All right, so what's the next subject tonight? We have
football. We're going to go to football. But right now, we're going.
Hold
Mets are a better team when DeGrom isn't. Well, that's
DeGrom, Thor. I mean, they're just
that goes without saying.
Good point there, Ed. Good point.
So, I want to know what's going on with Giants football because, first of all, I heard Mac Jones went against the number one team defense for the Giants, and basically, I heard a couple of things. These are the analogies I heard today of what Mac Jones did to the Giants' number one defense or the first team defense. Went through with them like a hot knife through butter, prime rib, and at some point somebody compared him to Drew Brees. I don't know how that happened. He threw for like 183 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Oh, jeez.
He ripped them up. So that's a little side note. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they just don't match up well against the Patriots. And again, it's kind of a little predictable because who knows what Judge and Belichick talked about. Hey, listen, run this defense. I want to see how my team can do against. Who knows? Doesn't really matter. But the bigger problem right now I see in football, and especially the New York Giants, is them not playing their starters in any of the preseason games.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's my point I was saying before. We're used to growing up. All right, first preseason games, all the free agents, some rookies, guys trying to make a dent in the coach's mind or something.
Mm-hmm.
All right, week 2. All right, you get your starters play maybe 2 or 3 series. They come out, back to the rookies, back to the free agents. Week 3 is your full-blown dress rehearsal. Starters play into the second half, maybe even the whole game or 3 quarters. Game 4, back to the scrubs, so to speak. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Back to the guys.
Second and third stringers.
This year, it seems like everybody's doing something different. Like Judge is doing, starters this week. First 2-3 games, nothing. Other teams you've seen starters playing from week 2 on.
Yeah, but let's talk about
our Steelers.
Let's talk about who's not playing on the Giants. Who are the 2 main guys not getting any bumps and bruises? Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley. Now, I don't care that Saquon's coming off injury. He's going to get some soreness. He's been doing, what do they call it, singles drills? So, the problem is that when Saquon goes to a live game and have guys come and trying to, break his leg, is he going to be able to deal with the pain? He's definitely going to be sore because he hasn't been hit. He's not even participating in team practices. He's doing singles drills, I guess. So he's got one coach working with him one-on-one or something relative to that, whatever that is. Daniel Jones, he needs the reps. I don't care what anybody says.
And like Ed said, right?
How tall he is, what his mobility is, what they think he can do, can't do. If you're not going to play in somewhat game-like situations, then how are you ever going to produce? Now, here's the killer. I just heard a reporter was talking to Joe Judge. Joe Judge basically said this: "Oh, it's extremely important that players get those reps in those preseason games. We would be doing them a disservice if we didn't. So why aren't you starting Jones and Barkley? Why aren't you playing them? How could a coach go say that and then do the opposite of what he's saying? I don't understand that. And you know what? I was a little leery on Judge when he first came in as a coach because all he was basically was a special teams guy. Whoop-de-doo, Bill Belichick. Whoop-de-doo, Nick Saban. Well, that doesn't mean nothing. Be an offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, assistant coach, something. Special teams? I don't know. Oh well, special. They were saying, "Oh, special teams. Oh, he's got to know all his talent." Oh, I think that goes for any coach for any team. I don't care what they're. I don't care if they're a positions coach.
Hey, Matt, welcome to the show. By the way, this is not Kurt and Kenny. This is Bobby and Frank. But thanks for listening in. Kurt and Kenny will be back next week, and I might pop in. I'll pop in wherever I want. I do own the network, so I do pop in when I can. But thanks for checking us out. Yeah, I agree with Ed. Barkley was never going to play in the preseason. I can see that for the injury. From the injury, you already know. You already know what you can get from him at full strength. Daniel Jones has not, like I said, but like
you do.
Yes.
How do you know what you can get? How?
We've seen him at full strength. He could be. He could be one of the top 3 backs.
Full strength pre-injury.
That's what I'm saying. You don't want to get him hurt now.
Hold on.
You don't want to get him hurt now.
Hold on. Wait a minute. This was also said, and I kind of agree with this. When you get an injury like that, one of the biggest things that might change or has a good chance of changing is your gait. You know what your gait is? How you walk. So how you walk affects how you run. If you can't walk regular or walk normal, then you might not be able to run the way you used to run. So that's important. Yes, you don't want to get him hurt. But how come he's not even participating in team drills? Team drills. Doesn't make any sense.
Well, I'm more.
If I put him in for 1 or 2, 3 series in a bullshit game where maybe he's going against a second or third string defense. Yeah, maybe something will happen, but I've seen crazy things happen. I've seen team win Super Bowls. You want me to tell you one of them? Trent Green, 1999. Who wins the Super Bowl? The Rams. What team was he on? The Rams. Who was the quarterback? Kurt Warner. I'm not saying that's always going to happen, but I'm saying anything can happen. That's why you got a 53-man roster. That's why you got a practice squad.
By the way, real quick, before we get back to the Giants, and first trade of the NFC preseason.
Yeah.
Sony Michel to
the Rams.
To your team, one of your 5 teams.
Sony Michel. Yeah, I don't know. He's kind of been a little injury prone lately too.
Well, you lost Aker.
Yeah, you lost Aker, and I know
Henderson got hurt.
I don't know. He tweaked his finger or thumb, or I don't know what the hell he did. So they're a little skinny at the running back position.
It's almost funny that he goes to a team that he beat in the Super Bowl like 2 years ago, Michelle. But from a fantasy perspective, you got to wait and see. I think Darrell Henderson got some talent there. Darrell Henderson can play a little bit.
And don't be surprised if maybe they have somebody in the wings that we really don't know about, or they really haven't tested him, or really hasn't had a NVM been before. Jen's LOL. What?
Yeah.
Oh.
What?
No, what Matt said.
What does it mean?
Never mind. Been here.
Oh, never mind.
Gents.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is the Broncos didn't like Danny Dimes. That may be true. Danny Dimes hasn't seen real speed yet.
The one thing I can guarantee in the Mr. Valenti's fantasy league, he's going to take a Broncos quarterback as a starter. So.
Oh, well, okay.
There we go. There you go, Matt. And yes, get back to Ed here. I heard that before as I was working today. Ray Jackson.
Ray Jackson? That's
one of the last plays of the scrimmage. He got carted off.
Jesus. That sucks.
So obviously the Broncos fans are coming out there today.
That's all right.
That'll be next week.
That's all right. It's only preseason. It doesn't really count.
So getting back to the point Ed made before, I'm fully. I wouldn't play Barkley either because the lines they're still trying to figure out the right formula for the O line. That in that regard, and maybe he's not fully back yet. But there's no way in hell Daniel Jones should not be playing right now.
You wouldn't even participate him in team drills to get a little contact. You
never know. Maybe there's some agreement between Gelmosaurus and his agent where he's due for a big payday. So let him get to the season first and see what happens. He gets hurt in preseason in practice or in a game. His career is done. He's not getting any big paycheck.
I wouldn't agree with that. I mean, I can't think of an immediate football story, but Matt from Rocky Mountain Sports, check us out.
Now, Matt, you do realize I also own Mile High Radio, which is based in Denver. So, all right. Just let you know, Mile High Radio, check it out, is one of my properties.
What was I saying?
Another one who likes Bridgewater over Locke. Okay,
all right.
We'll see.
I don't dislike Teddy Bridgewater. I think he's a pretty good quarterback.
Yeah.
I just don't think he's been put in the right situation. That injury that happened to him in Minnesota is, it's an injury. What are you going to do? What happened? He broke his leg or something? Did he break his leg? ACL?
I think they blow out his knee or something like badly.
Okay. All right. Well, it happens. It's not an uncommon injury. Everybody does take an ACL as, it's the end of the world. It's not, dude. This is not 15, 20 years ago. ACLs today is almost like a hangnail.
Yeah,
easily fixed, and a lot of ligaments. Torn two ligaments. Okay. But a lot of these surgeries, especially involving the knee, are a lot like a hangnail. They're commonplace. They're easy to fix, and a lot of guys even say they feel stronger and faster. Not going to say it's happening for everyone, but I don't think Bridgewater's been in the right situation. He's been kind of almost like trade bait. Wasn't he trade bait for the Jets or something like that?
Matt, send me a private message on Facebook. I'll get you on, buddy. No, but I agree with Matt. Danny Dimes, these older reps he can get. He's gonna play a half this week. Get the hell out of here. That shows you nothing. No one scares you about the Giants also. I'm not sure if Kenny's still listening. Kenny Galladay got a big paycheck. Right?
He got hurt.
And he's still not back 100% yet. Now, I've had Galladay.
I'd rather have an hangnail. Well, I think I agree with that, too. I'd rather have a hangnail, too. But medical surgery has come a long way.
But what I was saying is Galladay, I've had Galladay on past 2 out of 3 years. I've had him as my top receiver in fantasy. And when the guy plays, he is phenomenal. He's almost up there with Michael Thomas when he was Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas. Yeah, he's an enigma now. But he was that good when he's healthy, but he's not ever healthy. So I don't know if he doesn't play this week. Kyle Rudolph, I believe, is finally back to. I love the Kyle Rudolph signing. By the way, mark it down. My next jersey for the Giants, Kyle Rudolph.
Why?
He's a Notre Dame guy and playing for the Giants.
What does that mean?
Jersey for me. Jersey.
How about do something?
Jersey.
Don't get a jersey because of a jersey.
Jersey.
So yeah, I definitely Kurt drinking something special.
Oh yeah. Well, Kurt mentioned Rodgers being a Bronco. I tell you, I almost think that Aaron Rodgers, who I can't stand, he's become another penis for SVG rated.
Penis?
Yes. I can't stand him anymore. I can't stand him and his stories. And he's just got that look. He's got a look on his face like he's arrogance.
The arrogance, and he sometimes talks out there like he's a space cadet. Oh yeah, well, the culture. All of a sudden, the culture of football? What, you won 1 Super Bowl and a couple of MVPs, and all of a sudden you're God's gift of football? Hardly.
By the way, real quick. Little battle me right now. Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre.
Brett Favre any day.
Okay.
You know why? Because I tell you this, Brett didn't whine. Brett did what he had to do. He
Yes.
Rodgers.
That.
Oh, yeah, of course.
That.
Definitely.
I think Rodgers wants to be a Jeopardy host.
Let's also think this too. It definitely was a lot of Rodgers, but I'm going to blame a little bit on, or a good percentage on, Packers front office. How come your general manager isn't talking to your star quarterback? How come?
They don't like him either.
They don't like him? They don't like who? Rodgers?
Rodgers.
Get rid of him.
They will after this year.
When done. He's dude. I have seen many a football, baseball, basketball players leaving the towns where they got signed Stanton. That's all I got to say. Stanton.
I think Rodgers has torn ACL, bad sack written all over him. He's going to be out by week 5.
Maybe.
And he's not even going to care. He's going to collect his paychecks, rehab for his next team.
Come on, let's also look at Packers organization. Oh, they got Randall Cobb back. Whoopee!
Ooh.
What is that going to do? You got one of the best receivers in Devontae Adams. You got a good running back in what's his face? Aaron Jones, and even the other guy too, Jamal. They still got Jamal Williams.
Oh, Jamal Williams. No, see, I'm giving away some of my fantasy secrets here.
Oh, that's right. He went to Lions.
Jamal Williams is on the Lions now, who need a running back because Swift might be out. But I'm not playing my hand on fantasy.
Yeah,
I have too many.
I mean. Hey.
By the way, real quick, let's pay respect to Jenny Hoops. Thank you, Jen.
Thanks, Jen.
Hope you're enjoying your vacation.
You know, they got a underrated tight end in Tanyan. He did pretty good last year. I think he'll do a little better this year.
I read somewhere though where he's one of the I'll tell you right now, I'm not an ESPN guy when it comes to reading sports. I go CBS Sports, I go other websites. The only thing I like about ESPN is Matthew Berry. He does his love or hate every week.
Yeah, I know Matthew Berry.
Which I was pissed last year because they made his column like he had to pay for it. Get the hell out of here! I like it for the entertainment. I get some advice out of it. I'm not paying for your damn advice, brother.
I do get info from ESPN, CBS. I listen to
Yahoo's pretty good.
Yahoo, FAN, which is a local station for us, 660. I also get from ESPN Radio. I listen to a lot of their stuff. You know, I get my sources from a lot, and I don't know. I don't think the Pack did the right thing either. You know, I'm not going to say it has nothing to do with Aaron Donald because that's just horse crap. It has a lot to do with Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald's got to stop thinking he's the god of Green Bay for now.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. Sorry. maybe he's the god of Green Bay for now, but Brett Favre won one title too. Okay. Bart Starr won more. You know, and Aaron Rodgers is a good quarterback, a really good quarterback. He must be to get MVP a couple of times. The problem is that he's got to put himself in check, and I don't think he knows how to do that. You know, this ain't Chico, California anymore. This is the NFL. Stop thinking you're hot crap, you know, playing in that little town you played in. They always got Chico, California. Chico, who cares about Chico, California? How about the NFL and the Green Bay Packers and the team you played for? But again, let's look at Green Bay's management a little bit. All right, you drafted Brandon Love. Get it. Got it. No problem. Obviously, he's hopefully going to be the heir apparent to Rodgers. At least that's what they think. Okay, this year, how come they didn't draft a receiver? Did they draft a receiver?
Nope.
What sense does that make?
None.
Now, I understand receiver is not your only deficiency. I understand they probably need some defense and stuff. That's fine. But I'm almost thinking either one of two things. Either you look for some kind of diamond in the rough in later rounds, or in the early rounds, get one of the top receivers and then, you know, try to build your defense. And you can definitely build your defense with second, third, fourth, and possibly fifth round draft picks, as long as you do your due diligence and know what you're looking for, talent levels and stuff like that, you know, combine scores, you know. But I don't know. I don't think whoever's running the Pack, I don't know. They're not doing their job either.
Well, we'll see.
You got one of the best receivers in Devontae Adams in the NFL. How come? Who's their second receiver? Can you tell me?
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, it's the
yeah, I know Lazarus, Valdez Scantling.
yeah.
Like that's fine. I know there are a bunch of no names, but geez, I mean, really, the answer is Randall Cobb now. Come on.
I don't know.
Anyway,
I'm tired of the guy. I'm tired of seeing his mug and.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Just move on. Play football. Just play the game and move on. Go host Jeopardy. I don't care. Tired of that stuff.
But I mean, back to the Giants. I mean, the Giants they got a lot of worrying to do. They got a lot of worrying to do. I'm telling you, man. You don't put Saquon at least in team drills. I don't want to hear about agents, Gettleman. I don't want to hear any of that stuff. And
it's one of your guys, Tony, right?
Yeah, Kadarius Toney went to Florida. Kadarius Toney, he's got still effects from COVID. That's what his problem is. I didn't even know that. Rudolph was in Minnesota for a long time.
And here's an interesting stat about Rudolph, though. Rudolph, I think last year or last couple years, dropped 3 passes. That's it.
That's fine.
Considering we have Ingram, who drops a pass a week at least.
Well, maybe that's what they needed. They needed some competition. No way Denver can afford $50 million quarterback. 11-22 starter schedule. Oh, okay. Well, there goes that idea. He definitely ain't going to San Francisco. Because they said San Francisco was a big spot. Then I heard Las Vegas. Really?
Maybe. Well, that's why he's a dick. Why are you lobbying for Derek Carr's job? The guy, he's there. Is he the greatest quarterback? No. Can they win with him? Yes. So why are you lobbying for someone's job who already has a job? I hate that crap. And any sport.
Bobby Spoiler at Tomorrow Show placing bets on Kurt buying Bridgewater jersey.
No, I don't see Kurt buying a Bridgewater jersey because he's a one-year wonder. Because if either quarterback flops, you're getting like a Rodgers, which is and Matt says keep dreaming, or they're gonna get another quarterback who's gonna come in and play right away. They're a 2 win now team to go for the rookie quarterback route.
Yeah, but are they really a win now team?
Like I said, with that defense, like they said before, with that defense, Broncos could be. But defense, with that conference, they could be the 4th best team, or they could be 2nd. I mean, that's really
okay.
I don't know. We'll see.
Sure, possible.
Oh, what else we got here?
All right, let's talk. We can talk a little Steelers.
No. Yeah. Like I said, just more Rodgers talk. Ugh, I hate the guy.
Cool. I think Teddy will be 3-year plan if he plays well this season. Usher the franchise QB via the draft once ownership is figured out.
All right, here's what the Bronco fans are leaning on. Who the last Super Bowl win was by? Who was that quarterback?
Quarterback was oh my God, Peyton Manning.
And how he was not a good quarterback, guys. He was hurt and he couldn't throw the ball 20 yards.
He was a lame duck quarterback.
So, given that scenario, I can see why you could be excited about Bridgewater winning because he is a little better than Peyton Manning was last year.
Their defense was dominant with Von Miller leading it. And then they have Von Miller. They had oh shit, what's his name? He used to play for the Pats. Then he played for them. The secondary guy. I can't think of his name.
I guess all right. Answering Matt's question, I can see them trading Drew Lock if you got a big injury this week on a quarterback. Because again, somebody might want to take hey, Josh Rosen is still getting chances. Josh Rosen was signed by the Falcons this week, which is not a bad thing because he gets reunited with somebody who he coached under before or played for under before. And who do the Falcons really have behind Matt Ryan? And Rosen, for some reason, he was a top 10 pick.
Todd Blackledge.
Jeez. Right. Who are those guys at my bachelor party? Who is that? Brett Bear or something? Who's the
Bobby Hebert.
Bobby Bear?
Or Billy Joe Tolliver. By the way, check out the Rocket Squad. That's my channel. Okay.
Awesome. All right. So, all right, Giants. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm very curious to see how they play in the first half. Another big blunder by Gettlemosaurus, that's what I call him because he's an old dinosaur, is the fact that you gave, again, that's not a huge contract, but you went out on the first day of free agency, second day of free agency, and you signed Devontae Booker. Who's been the best running back for the Giants this preseason? Corey Clement, who was they signed off the street, which showed you that they rushed to make that decision.
Didn't he play for the Eagles?
Yes, he had a big game in their Super Bowl win.
Right.
And the few games I've watched, Corey Clement looks solid. So, and even speaking of Broncos, even Lindsey was available when they signed Booker. I think Lindsey's a better prospect right now than Devontae Booker.
What's going on with him? Where is he now?
Maybe one of the guys know. Where'd he go? I'm trying to. I forget offhand.
Did the Broncos give up on him?
Well, they signed. They drafted. They have Melvin Gordon.
Yeah.
Right, and then they drafted the kid from Carolina.
Oh.
Because Carolina had two stud running backs. One the Jets have, and then the other guy they signed. And yeah, Ed, I agree with you. Gorman looked pretty good last year. I thought Gorman looked good enough to get another look this year at a veteran's minimum contract, and he would have produced for you. He produced last year for us, and we had almost the same line coming back, minus a couple of additions. So yeah, and I'm with you. Gorman should have been re-signed. Now he's stuck in running back hell, and the 49ers. He'll probably be cut this week. So we'll see. Yep, you're right, Ken. Same script, same old stuff. And I'm going to say this right now before the season starts. If the Giants go 6-11 this year, not good enough. We have enough talent to win this division. This division is weak. I'm not buying Dak Prescott being back fully yet. I think their coach is a coach of the system. He won a Super Bowl because he rode the shoulders of Aaron Rodgers. He isn't that great, McCarthy, who I do love. All right, Matt. All right, hold on. Hey, Matt, I got it, man. Thanks. We'll talk soon. If they go 6-11, 5-12, 7-10 this year, you keep Judge, but you got to get rid of the dinosaur. And I don't want them. I don't want them saying, "All right, we're going to give the job to Kevin Abrams, who's Gettleman's right-hand man." Think outside the box for once. Get somebody in East Rutherford who could do it. Get somebody, a new GM with some new ideas, some new energy. Stop going on the same damn family tree that's been killing us for years now. Got to get rid of that stuff. So we'll see what happens. I'm looking for, again. Hey, good thing about football, it's not exactly. If they start off, fire him quickly because he did nothing to improve this line. Did nothing to improve this line, and that's going to be the Achilles heel of this team this year. That could either be really good, the Giants, or really bad, and it's all based on that offensive line. Of course, we got to see what happened with Adoree Jackson today. I didn't see any updated reports since we popped on, and all. So we'll see what we'll go from there.
I think first is your coach needs to practice what he preaches and stop his BS. Seriously, after what I heard,
I don't mind Judge. I don't mind Judge.
After what I heard today, we'd be doing the players a disservice. So why aren't they playing? Why?
By the way, a little shameless plug for myself here. Coming soon, my new network, Sports Wagering Network, coming soon. I'm gonna grab a quick drink before we start our second half of the show. Frank, take it over for a couple seconds. Let me get a quick drink.
Sure.
Let me put up the banner. If you want to follow K&K Sports Show on social media, there you go.
So
K&K Sports Show is under the umbrella of I-95 Sports Network and Blackjack TV. Frank, take it away.
Yep. I was thinking about something with the NBA. We were talking a little bit NBA before with LeBron. Speaking of LeBron and Kevin Durant, James Harden, and all these other big stars, I really am disenchanted by this whole load management thing. Now, what I mean by that is you have stars taking off games because they need a break. Maybe they're injured. Maybe they're not injured. Maybe they want to just hang out. Not for nothing, people don't go to games to watch their favorite team to see the backups play. They go to watch the LeBrons, the Hardens, the Durants, the Kyrie Irvings, the Giannis's, Steph Curry's of the world. So I don't know where these NBA players really think they come off, but what happened to the old let's play every game unless I'm hurt? I don't remember that. I don't remember Michael Jordan doing that. And I'm not the biggest Jordan fan, but you know what? Jordan played. Unless he was hurt. Unless, something was crazy. Or maybe they were in a meaningless game. Maybe they've already topped, sealed up whatever seed they were in the East when he played, or stuff like that. That I can understand. That makes sense. No sense in somebody working extra for something that's not going to change. But I think NBA players and coaching staffs, and even the NBA, they were even saying about putting like some kind of penalty in or something, or some kind of deterrent to having these guys doing this load management BS. I don't hear NFL players doing load management. I don't hear MLB players playing load management. I don't hear any professional sports organizations. Yeah, that's for sure. Irving definitely is in his own world. Yeah, we asked him to talk about, basketball, and what's he talking about? He's talking about like world wars and stuff blowing up and who's getting treated. Not for nothing. Yeah, I'm a little tired of that too. But
and the Earth is flat.
I'll get to the Earth is flat. Yeah, his brain is flat.
But I'll tell you that. But real quick, stay with Irving and what Ed's saying, and Kenny. Well, Kenny's a Knicks fan. Boo. By the way, I was in your home last night, Ken. So I was there in Madison Square Garden. Anyway,
I just think it needs to stop. Enough with this load management. These guys are getting paid big bucks, probably bigger money than most major league sports, or up there with just all these guys getting these $175, $200 million max contracts. Listen, just buck up and play the game. You should be lucky you can play the game.
That's why
I'll tell you this. I trade a day with you just to play one day in the NFL, NBA, MLB, but I don't have that kind of sports, talent. I wasn't born with that.
But hey, when we launched the La Liga de Bocce, there's a chance to be a pro bocce player. We saw when we launched the professional bocce league. There's a chance we make you a bocce, bocce pro.
Yeah, so like I was saying, the load management, that thing needs to stop, bro. That's ridiculous. People pay big money to go see all these big stars, and who do they get to see? Oh, they get to see the rookie from Oregon. Nobody cares about the rookie from Oregon. Not right now, unless he's like the star of the team. They want to see the big stars. That's who they're paying the money for. That's what your ticket prices are based on.
But that's why one of the biggest off-season signings was Patty Mills, because he'll take the heat off of Harden and Irving if and when they get hurt or need a day off, especially Irving. Right now, with this Afghanistan crisis going on in the world, if NBA was playing him right now, I'm pretty sure Irving would be out because he's worrying about that right now. I'm not saying I mean, everybody has their podium and their stance and their right to do so, but not when you're getting paid $25 million to play basketball. Your focus should be on playing basketball.
Yeah.
Right now is your off season. Then you worry about all the stuff that you want to worry about.
Now, relax. Go on a vacation. Be in the sun. Stay in the air conditioner. I don't know. Play with your kid. Whatever relaxes you. Relax. When it's time for the season, you need to play. Period. Unless you're hurt. Or like I said, you're in a meaningless game. Say, it's the end of the season and, you signed, you locked up the spot, whatever, third, fourth, fifth spot, whatever, and you can't go up or down. That's fine. Understood. But
no, hold on. Exactly, Ed. We got the steal of the draft. We have the absolute steal of the first round in Brooklyn. Cam Thomas.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Co-MVP of the Summer League.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Came out, he's hungry and he's gonna be pissed. He was the last guy standing in the green room during draft night. Oh, Ed, I can't wait. And you know what? He's a great guy and in a great position the next 2 to 3 years to learn under the big three. And then when those guys start getting a little bit older in age, Cam Thomas is ready to be that superstar that we can go on with. Him, Claxton, some of the younger guys they have, some of the younger bigs they have in the team now. So, hey, the other I forgot his last name. The other first round draft pick, he's gonna be a monster on the defense and the boards. The guy from Pepperdine, Pepperdine, Frank Kessler or something. His name is. He's gonna be a 3-and-D guy.
Pepperdine.
Yeah, we know Pepperdine.
We might know Pepperdine.
We know Pepperdine.
But yeah, I think that is ridiculous. What a lot of these NBA players are getting away with. You always say, "Oh, you want the fans? The fan? What fans? You let the fans down. The fans came to see LeBron James. Who do they get? They get not LeBron James.
They got the brow.
They get the brow."
By the way, Lakers had just signed Kareem to a contract to play 5 minutes a game at center just to give the brow a rest.
Awesome. What's next? Jerry West is going to play. George Mikan is going to come out of the grave. Jesus,
it's crazy.
I did have a topic that I wanted to talk about a long time ago.
All right, hold on. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to flow? Keep in the basketball? You want to go back to the Steelers? You want to?
Well, yeah, we could. I mean, what did you have any more for the basketball?
No, just that real quick. I want to go over with you. Oh boy, I just lost us. Hold on.
I see you. I hear you.
No, I have this gaming mouse. When I start the gaming league, and it has all these side buttons that if you press the wrong button, I can lose everything. Again, I'm not a gamer, so I have no idea what's going on here. Real quick, let's do this real quick before we get going. Since you about basketball, before we go back into college football and Steelers talk. All right, what the hell is that?
I don't know.
Whoa. Hold on.
What are you playing, Missile Command?
The hell was that?
Asteroids?
I don't know. All right, forget about it. I'll look at my phone real quick. Hold on. No, because they released the under over for the NBA. I want to see what your thoughts were.
Okay.
So obviously, number one favorite to win the most games this year are the Brooklyn Nets, 54.5. Now, mind you, they Nets won 40. I forget how many games they won this year at a 72-game schedule.
Okay.
So that's the conjecture. Is that right?
Yeah. And
now they're going to an 82-game schedule.
I heard we played together. What, 6 games, 7 games?
Oh, breaking news from Mr. Murphy.
Oh my God.
Oh, see, we brought them good luck. See,
who'd they beat? Who did they do? The Washington Senators?
Oh, another trade, by the way, real quick. Panthers trade Denzel Perryman to the Raiders. I tell you, I heard a lot of whispers on the Raiders being a real sleeper team this year. Not many people are talking about them. Thanks to Ed for the breaking news. That was about an hour ago. I'm trying to find the NBA. Oh, here we go. Projected win totals. Angels. They beat the Angels. Why can't they beat the damn Rays? By the way, is the Rays playing tonight? Do you have a score for the Rays?
Let me see. They beat the Phillies 7-4.
Come on, Girardi, help your team out. No defense. So real quick, some of the NBA totals. Nets 54.5. What are you laughing at?
No, my friend was texting me. Sorry.
Got solid, damn it.
Hey.
Next up, I'm Milwaukee at 53.
Okay.
Nets are favored.
How many games?
54.5.
Okay. How could you get half a game?
That's like the bookies thing where they
the bookies know how to win half a game?
Well, that kind of separates the haves and the have-nots, right? Because you go either way. You can't win. You can't lose a half game. You can't win a half game. So you gotta go either way. Yeah, I agree. Nets are gonna. I think I see Nets going. They're not gonna come close. They're not gonna challenge my Bulls, or even the the Golden State had a big year a couple years ago, right? They were like 73-9 or something.
Yeah, but that's like the Patriots going undefeated and losing the Super Bowl.
No, exactly. Asterisk.
That's a nominal record. That's a whoopie-doo. Win the championship, then we'll talk.
Hey, the Marlins won.
What do you mean?
The Miami Marlins won a game.
Oh. Okay.
Actually, they're playing the Nationals. That's a pretty big series because they can actually surpass the Nationals and not be in last place, which would be huge for Miami. All right. Milwaukee 53.5. I see Milwaukee still being a really good team, but as we all know, if KD has one size foot smaller, they're not even there. And they did lose PJ Tucker, who went to Miami, and that's to make a big difference.
Loss. That's a loss of a lot of muscle in the middle.
And the one guy who can rattle KD is PJ Tucker, right?
Oh, because he doesn't shut up.
Yeah,
he's just like a broken record. I heard.
Your Lakers 51.5.
I don't know. To be honest with you, it's probably the first time I've watched a team that I've been watching for a long time that I really don't like anybody on the team. Not really a Russell Westbrook fan. Not really a LeBron fan. Anthony Davis. Like, I don't see. That's not the Lakers I used to watch. And I'm not saying that when they won the championship, was it much better? Oh. Yeah, I'm not saying when they won the championship they didn't have stars, but you know who I really thought was the driver to that team, and I hate to say it, was Rajon Rondo. He was the driving force in that team winning. He was hitting Jays. He was dishing it. He was all over the place. He was Johnny on the spot. And my honest opinion, I think if they didn't have him with his leadership and his ability to distribute the ball and handle the ball, I don't think they would have won. Because a lot of teams pushed them to the brink. And a lot of times I saw Rondo either making that assist, taking a shot, making a rebound. He was the MVP of that team. But I know they didn't give it to him.
And back to Kenny here. Hey, my guy Arturas Karnisovas is the big guy in there.
Arturas Karnisovas.
And he made some move this year. Now they want to keep Zach LaVine there, so it's a good move. They got some good pieces now. And you know what? A lot of teams are gonna look at what the Knicks did this year. You slide into that 4 or 5 seed, and you never know what happens. You can make a semifinal, right?
Sure.
And at that point, with injuries and stuff, anything can happen. So good move by the Bulls there. And by the way, the Bulls over under is 41.5. which is right above 500. If you think about it, right? So who else? Give me a team. I'll give you their. I'm not going through the whole list here, but give me a team you're interested in.
How about the Warriors?
Golden State 49.5.
Okay.
49.5 is, I believe I read before that they're hoping to get Thompson back.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson back by Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
They made some moves, and I see. That's what I'm saying. I think the Clippers, Lakers, and Warriors are going to battle each other silly. The Jazz are still good. The Nuggets are still good. So I think
the Clippers. I don't know. They're kind of disappointing.
So they're 49.5. So I think they're second.
But so many years, year in, year out, they put together these super teams, these jacked, stacked teams, and they get nowhere. And I understand Kawhi was hurt. I get all that. And, Paul George, he definitely stepped it up and showed what he's really made of. I get all that. I don't know. It just almost seems like they got like some omen against them, almost like Boston did for all those years and not being able to win a World Series.
The Suns, I think the Suns' only big move besides the draft is they traded for Landry Shamet from the Brooklyn Nets, who is a shooter from the outside. Kenny's asking, what about the Heat? The Heat, 46.5. That's well above 500.
PJ Tucker makes them that much good, that much better.
Well, they got the guy from Toronto, Lowry, right? And it's not in trade.
Oh, Kyle Lowry.
I believe that. Yeah, they got him.
Kyle Lowry.
Then they signed Kyle Lowry, and they signed one of the big guys too, to go along with Butler. So yeah, they're gonna be fun to watch.
Okay. How
and
about
I love the jersey because it's my colors.
How about the Knicks?
42.5.
Okay.
So it's one game better than the Bulls. And I guess they're banking on Kemba Walker having that Garden magic like he's had his whole career, college, pro. He loves that place.
I like Kemba Walker. Always like Kemba Walker. Thought he's a great player.
Suns 50.5. They're actually ahead of Golden State. I don't see them being better than Golden State right now. I think the Suns had their run and they lost out on it.
I would definitely agree on that. I don't know if they can repeat what they did last year. Not unless Booker just plays out of his mind. And he played pretty good last year. Played pretty damn good last year.
And the two lowest teams are Oklahoma City at 22.5, which means they're looking at a 60-loss season. Ugh. And then Houston at 24.5.
Ouch.
Real quick, before we get into we'll finish up with some Steelers talk. I don't know if you noticed this on at all. I know they were talking about it a lot on the Carton and Robert show earlier. And I didn't see the full list yet, so I'm actually going to review this list with you. There, Jersey Frank. Someone had a list of. I'm trying to find it real quick. Where did? Oh, no, tell me I'm going to lose it now.
Uh-uh.
All right. I'll see if I have the full list here. Hold on. The Notre Dame. Now you know how big a Notre Dame fan I am.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, let's go back to Ed real quick. He asked about Atlanta. Hold on, Ed, give me 1 second. I'll get that for you real quick. So they came out with a list. I don't know who exactly. I guess we'll find out when we read the article, right? Of the most offensive college mascots. Atlanta's 46.5. All right, it's gonna be a fun year.
The most offensive.
The most offensive college.
Oh God. Are we really?
And that's kind of the world we're in now.
Who's the most offensive? Is it Florida State?
Hold on, I lost the article. Hold on. Let's see if there's a definitive list here. Hold on. No, there's not. So Notre Dame is fourth. They consider the Leprechaun the fourth most offensive college mascot in sports.
Really?
How is a leprechaun offensive? Isn't that leprechaun kind of a symbol of the Irish people?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, isn't leprechaun a sign of luck? Isn't that luck a good thing?
Crazy. How the hell you? I don't understand where they even came up with that. The top three were.
Yeah. I'm listening.
I'm reading it here. The top three most offensive mascots were the ones that were disrespectful towards Native Americans. Florida. Florida. I guess,
Florida State.
It's gotta be Florida State. Florida's a gator.
Yeah. Well, somebody doesn't know what the hell they're talking about. So
yeah.
Why did they even listen to that article?
And someone, some short people.
What?
Not if you're in LA, because they have a whole song about that. Short people in LA. Yeah, how do you not proofread an article on CBS Sports that it's Florida State? How's the gator offensive? What, the crocodiles? So it'll be Florida State, San Diego State, the Aztec Warrior, and Hawaii, Vi the Warrior. Really?
Didn't they change their name to the Warriors?
I thought Hawaii was the Rainbow Warriors.
Right. I don't agree with that at all. Aztec, why is that offensive?
Gamecocks. How is that not offensive?
Wait, there is a team that's called the Peckers.
How is that not offensive?
The Beavers?
The Beavers, exactly. But so how Notre Dame is offensive for?
I don't agree. I think the leprechaun is a traditional good luck charm, a good luck symbol of Ireland, the pot of gold over the rainbow, all that fun stuff. It's always supposed to be a positive thing. Unless we're basing it on the Leprechaun stupid horror movie that used to exist. What are they basing that on? Who were these people pulled? Were they people in Ireland? Were they people at Notre Dame? Again, I don't know. I don't know if I can believe all that. Who made this list up?
Yeah, it's all about the Irish culture. Leprechauns have to be.
I don't even agree with the Seminoles. The Seminoles, it's not. It's the native Indian culture to that area. Just as the same, I know the Aztecs don't live in San Diego State, but again, the Aztecs were a great nation. They were a great culture of people. They did a lot of advancements in technology and stuff like that. Does anybody know about that? That's a little praiseworthy if you're naming your football team after a very successful and very productive civilization. I think so. Now the Redskins, I can understand. I totally understand it. The Redskins back in the 1800s, when Indians were looked upon as lesser human beings, which I don't agree with. Redskin was a derogatory term. It was the same as calling any other nationality, culture, whatever, any derogatory name. I understand that. Cleveland Indians, I don't agree with that. It's an Indian. What? There's no Indians that ever existed in the United States? You're praising the culture that was there. Do we know that a lot of the towns, especially around here where I live in Jersey, where you live too, they're Indian names? Is that offensive too? Because we like the town of Paramus,
Hohokus,
Wanacue, Pequannock. Those are all Indian names, and I'm sure across the country in other Oh, isn't there Sioux Fall, Iowa? Well, what is that offensive because it's named after the Sioux Indians? Like that's the stupidest thing in the
Yeah,
world.
if you're taking the moniker of um, local tribe, that's a symbol of
That's
pride.
praiseworthy.
Exactly. Redskins, no, that's bad.
No,
Indians, bad.
you know what the problem with the Redskins though is that name's been in existence for 60 plus years. All of a sudden, it's a bad thing. So, I think that's bull too. But I can understand that. Yeah, yeah,
By the
yeah.
way, real quick.
Kenny's definitely right on that. Yankees is an offensive term to people that live up there like us. We're called Yankees. If I go down south to Florida, Carolinas, oh, you a Yankee? Yeah, you're referring to Civil War. That's what you're referring to.
By the way, real quick, before we go on to the Steelers, I had a thought.
Okay.
Now that Elmwood Park has a family of deer living in it, which we growing up, there's never any deer in Elmwood Park, right? That's something new.
I saw a deer occasionally, not a lot.
Yeah, I saw a whole family of them just driving home before by the
They
water.
were driving? Really? I didn't know deers.
No, they were eating by the Garfield Waterworks. So I was just thinking out loud. I think it's time for the Elmwood Park Crusaders, for Elmwood Park to get rid of the Crusaders and become the Elmwood Park Bucks. Because think about it, we're never going to be the Crusaders of the area because Bergen Catholic is Crusaders, and they're going to beat us in any.
I've got a silly question. Were there any Crusaders that lived in this area? I don't think so. I believe that was a war that was fought in Europe and in the Arab nations.
And you could see Bergen Catholic being a Crusader because that's not kind of a religious thing, right?
Okay, I'll give you that.
We have no right or reason to be a Crusader.
I don't know.
We got
I don't
deer.
know why we are. That's what we are. That's what we still are. Then maybe that's what we will still be. I have no idea.
We got deer now in town, so we should be the Bucks.
Deer.
Elmwood Park Bucks. I think has a great name to it.
We got a lot of pizza places. Why don't we call us the Elmwood Park Pizza Guys?
Yeah, pizza places, 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven.
No, on this side, no, I mean, not Dunkin' Donuts.
Aren't there two 7-Elevens in Elmwood Park?
No, it's like 4.
Oh,
it's 3.
Wow.
3. 1, 2, 3.
That's
3,
right.
7.
One by Barrel Field. One by you. Where's the other one?
46.
Oh yeah, that's right.
There's 6 or 7 Delta gas stations. Is that offensive? Now the Delta variant is out there, right? Is that offensive? I don't know. So there's 6 or 7 Delta gas stations in town. There's a couple Dunkin' Donuts, but nothing on the north side. By me.
Donuts.
I don't know. Elmwood Park Bucks has a ring to it. I think it could be a whole new identity. We'll never be the Crusaders because that's Bergen Catholic's thing.
Well, Rob, last time I checked, you were a Crusader as well as I was.
I know. All right, let's finish up with some Steelers talk.
Yeah, Steelers. I'm seeing a lot of good stuff from them. Najee Harris looks pretty good. Big Ben looks pretty good. I really haven't seen that many drops, thank God, from the receivers. It looks like their offensive line is holding up, but again, we'll see. That's the only thing that really scares me. They definitely bulked up their defense. They got Devin Bush back. They signed Melvin Ingram. They signed Joel Schobert.
Trade.
Well, you know what I mean. Trade, whatever. Sign, trade.
I didn't realize Joe Schobert was that young. I'm thinking of another guy with that similar last name that played for a long time. A linebacker, I forget.
Not Pazluzny.
No, but I was getting confused with somebody else. So he's a young guy yet. He's in his prime. This defense is going to be off the chain.
Joe Schobert is a tackling machine. Nobody even knows that.
As much as a lot of Giant fans open their eyes up to Blake Martinez, Joe Schobert was always up there with Martinez on tackle amounts.
Oh, sideline to sideline, he's an animal.
And this Alex Highsmith has had up this game up as well. So this defense should be top 3. Big Ben came in a lot thinner, and it said people are saying he's going to flourish in this new system they have.
And they got a new offensive coordinator, right?
Matt something, Matt Canada or something. I don't know, Matt something.
Yeah.
And like Kenny says, I think no one's talking about him. Everybody's talking about Baltimore. People,
they just had a big setback. Who got hurt?
Well, Lamar Jackson's been out for a while.
No, not even that. They're LJ something. Wait a minute, who's the tight end? It's Ebron. No. It's the rookie.
The rookie, but he's right. The rookie's been catching everything.
Yeah.
The rookie has not jumped the pass.
Ebron he'll play relief. Who cares?
They said the rookie has not dropped the pass all preseason. Najee Harris is going to be a stud. And
Najee Harris already is a stud, and that's in my opinion. Again, I know he hasn't played a true NFL game, but I've been watching him mow over some number one defensive teams. I've been watching him leap over people. I've been watching him get tough yards. I'm going to say this. I'm not going to say he's there yet, but I've been watching him getting Jerome Bettis yards. Like he's getting those tough yards. He looks like he stopped at the one. Boom, he pops out for 4 or 5 yards. Whoa, how'd that happen?
And they got
borrowing and tunneling.
They got Promoter, I believe, right? His name?
Who?
What's the guy's name? The tight end?
I don't know how to say his name. It's big, long. Hold on, I'll get it right now.
But and think about it. The backup running backs are all experienced guys.
Yeah,
Samuels has experience. McFarland is going to be your third down back eventually. And hey, Benny Snell might get cut. Let's not sugarcoat the situation. Benny Snell might be cut because there's a lot of talent in that backfield.
McFarland,
yeah, McFarland. Samuels is good as a backup, and Snell might not make it. Perlmutter, is that the guy's name?
What? I don't know. Oh, here it is. Fryermuth.
Perlmutter. I was close.
Perlmutter.
Yeah, I was close. So, fingers crossed. I think, Steelers are going to have a decent year. A sneaky team, like Kenny said. And I just see, under the radar across the board with this team. No one's expecting them to do anything this year.
Yeah, his name is Pat Fryermuth.
Fryermuth.
Yeah.
And lastly, before we go with the Steelers, I think, I think Dwayne Haskins is going to be
he's going to be. It looks like he's going to be the number 2.
Maybe not yet. You got it, Ken. Kurt, enjoy your down the short time. And real quick before we go, I think Haskins might be the guy. Don't forget the guy. Hey, he had some, like we said about a few guys before. He had some kind of talent to be a top 5, top 7 pick, right?
I was very high on him when he was drafted. I was like, wow, the Giants passed on him. A bunch of teams passed on him.
And he has one thing he hasn't had is consistency. He's had like 4 different offensive coordinators. And
that's a case where it's not necessarily the player, which I can't say it's not all the player, but it's the system. And I don't even care if it's a bunch of different coaches or offensive coordinators and all that stuff. But if the system that the team is predicating is not good or is not fit for the quarterback, it'll never work. There are guys that can get themselves in those molds, but some teams can't. Thurman for the Hall of Fame, Thurman Thomas. Who's Thurman?
Thurman Munson?
Oh,
he's a big Yankee fan. Thurman Munson? I know they were voting for the. Were they voting this week for the baseball veterans? Anyway, we did our little wrap up duty here for KK Sports Show.
Yeah, hey K&K, thanks for the time slot. Appreciate it. I haven't done this in a while. Me and Bobby were a little. Jonesing to do this again. Love talking sports. love filling people in on our opinions, facts we find out, things we've heard, and all of the above, especially in the sports world. But
and I should be back soon with my 11 o'clock show starting hopefully next week. I'll be up and ready to go. And of course, you're free to join whenever you're available. You can pop in and
let me know.
shoot the stuff for me. Hopefully, you get Jason back with his little guy and his.
Definitely let me know.
Will do. And let's wrap it. Let's call it a wrap.
Yep, sounds good, Bobby.
We put up
good show. Good show. A lot of stuff, man. A lot of stuff.
Yeah, let me put up their things real quick so in case their fans want to know.
Got subjects to talk about.
Oh yeah, I could have gone a little bit longer, but it's we did our duty at their social media, and like I said, I believe Kenny's back tomorrow night with Wits and Wagers, and Kurt will be back next week, and I'm sure I'll pop in and talk some Giants and Steelers with them next week. Gals, have a great night. Thanks for joining in. We got a lot of response, a lot of messages. We appreciate it. We'll be back. Like I said, I'll be back hopefully next week, and Frank will be joining me probably a couple times a week to talk some stuff anyway.
Sure.
All right, we get out of here.
Good night, everyone.
Peace.
Peace.